dear students, this is the last lesson in the whole book, in module 4 and the whole book. Holiday plans 4E. Please open your book to page 56. We have warm-up questions here. Let's look. Now, look at the advertisement below, or advertisement, call it whatever. Advertisement is in British and advertisement in American. Below, and discuss. If you were interested in this holiday, what else would you like to know? And how would you contact this travel agency? So, active winter breaks. Enjoy the scenery of the Sarawat mountains and the excitement of a winter holiday. Available all winter, unbelievable prices, beginner slopes and experienced mountain climbing instructors available. Special offers for groups, 5 amazing resorts, and the choice is yours. Write to Mr. Al Hassan and then the address, which is in Jeddah. So let's have a look at this part of the lesson. I want you to listen to a man calling SA Winter Travel Agency for some information and complete the notes. Complete the fact file or the notes here while listening, gentlemen. Ready? Let's start.
4E. Holiday plans. 2. Listen. Listen to a man calling SA Winter Travel Agency for some information and complete his notes.
SA Winter Travel Agency, Amir speaking. How can I help you?
Hello. I saw your advert about winter breaks in Saudi Arabia, and I'd like to ask a few questions.
Certainly. What would you like to know?
I just want to go for a weekend break somewhere. Could you tell me the price for an average weekend break?
Well, most trips are about 1,500 Saudi Riyal.
That's per person, isn't it?
Yes. That includes accommodation and mountain climbing passes.
The advert mentions special offers for groups.
Yes. It's 20% cheaper for groups of over 10 people and 30% for groups of over 20.
That's good, because there'll be 11 of us.
Where are you planning to travel to?
I was going to ask about that. Your advert mentions 5 resorts. Where are they exactly?
Well, all the resorts are in Atef, so that you have easy access to the mountain.
That's great. I've always wanted to go there. There's one other thing I'd like to ask about. Some members of our group aren't experienced climbers. They'll need an instructor for a while, but lessons won't last all day, will they?
No, they are just for a few hours in the morning.
And are they expensive?
Not really. It usually costs 80 Saudi Riyal for 2 hours.
Great. Okay, I'll talk with my group and I'll let you know.
Now you got the answers, right? Weekend price. How much is it per person? 1,000 and... You guys remember? 500. Saudi Riyals. Special offer. Group of 11. How much is it? Cheaper. 12% or what? Yeah, 20%. Resorts in what city in Saudi Arabia? Is it Abha? Yes, it is. Now listen with an instructor. Lasts for how many days or hours? 2 hours. And it costs how much? Yeah, 80 Saudi Riyals. Okay, so let's move to the next part. Okay, so what you see here is an email from Matthew Fox. He wrote this email to Mr. Al Hassan, and he sent it, to this travel agency. Mr. Al Hassan is maybe the manager of the travel agency. I want you to read this email and answer the questions below. So please read it yourself. It's so easy for you, gentlemen. Let's have a look at the questions. Okay, number 1. Is Matthew writing to someone he knows? Yes or no? No, he isn't. He doesn't know this man. Where did he find the advertisement? From the text you can find it. Okay. Where did he find the advertisement? He found it in a local newspaper. Why is he writing this email? To ask for more information. How many questions does he ask? 5 questions. Which words or phrases does he use to list his questions? Firstly, also, furthermore, and lastly, what features make this email semi-formal? The following features. A tone is not formal, but not over-friendly either. It has an appropriate greeting and signing of remarks. It uses semi-formal language, and it uses indirect questions. And this is our next point, gentlemen. We need to talk about the indirect questions now. Let me ask you a question, gentlemen. If you are walking on the street and you want to know the time, you may stop someone to ask him about time. What would you say? Hey, what's the time now, please? Is this a good way? Is it a polite way? Do you think so? No, it's not the best way. The best way is to use an indirect question like what? Look at this. You may add something like an introduction to your question like, do you know what the time is? This sounds better, right? This sounds more polite. Do you know what the time is? So the original question was, what is the time? What is the time? But to make it more polite, you would say, do you know what the time is? Take care. The original question is, what is the time? The verb here is comes right after the WH word in the basic question. But in the indirect question, you transfer the verb to the end of the question. You take the verb to the end of the question. Is here is taken to the end of the question. So do you know what the time is? You can also use forms like, can you tell me what the time is? Would you inform me what the time is? Would you let me know what the time is? All of these forms are polite forms that make your questions sound much, much better. Where is the hotel? Don't ask people this way. Can you tell me where the hotel is? Do you know where the hotel is? Would you inform me where the hotel is? So as simple as this. Now let's practice. How much does it cost? Can you change it to an indirect question? So would you please inform me how much does it cost, or how much it costs? How much it costs? Because no need to use a helping verb here. Where is the indoor swimming pool? Do you know where is the indoor swimming pool? Or where the indoor swimming pool is, put the verb at the end because it's indirect question. So do you know where the indoor swimming pool is? Number 3, how many rooms have air conditioning? Can you tell me how many rooms have air conditioning? Yes. Number 4, what type of extreme sports will I be able to do there? Could you let me know what type of extreme sports will I be able, or I will be able? It's I'll be able. Okay. Okay, below are parts of semi-formal email. Not all the words are appropriate. Rewrite them in appropriate style. So, hey, Mr. Frank Jones, what would you say instead of this? Okay, so answers here. No, so, yeah. If you're speaking to someone formally, would you say, hey, Mr. Frank Jones? Which is better? Dear, instead of hey, it's dear Mr. Frank Jones. I saw your ad in a mag, and I'd like some info. You're not supposed to use abbreviations or short forms when you are speaking formally to someone. So, I saw your advertisement in a magazine, and I'd like some information. Use the long forms. Oh, and lastly, send me some photos, okay? Don't use like interjections like oh and stuff like this. So you can just say, and lastly, instead of saying send me, you can say kindly send me, please send me, or you can just say, would you send me some photos, please? Okay, this sounds more polite. Write back soon, yours, Bill Dale. And instead of saying write back soon, you can just say I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon. This sounds much, much better, right? Okay, gentlemen. So this is the end of our beautiful lesson. And now don't forget the roundup, pages 58 and 59, and the workbook, page 115, and also the roundup, pages 116 and 117. This is the end of the book and the curriculum. Gentlemen, it was nice talking to you and having you today. Good luck. Have a good day. Goodbye.